Five. Yep. What's happening, people? It's your boy Michael, and welcome to another Juego Bonito podcast. So today's the United podcast, pretty much. I'm joined by a few people, Osco, Zidane, and Mason. What are you guys saying?
Good man, good.
How's
How are
everyone
you?
doing?
Good,
Good,
good.
good, good,
Everyone's good.
good.
Yeah.
So,
So today we're pretty much going to discuss, obviously, the big news that came out yesterday about Erik Ten Hag being nearly in agreement to join Man United. Some other discussions about some players, the board, which is a very big topic going on around United right now, and kind of what of our expectations are going to be in the summer, whether we should lower them or whether we should be somewhat confident, which isn't really a common word in amongst United fans, but maybe this is a different time. So I'll start with Ten Hag. Obviously, I'll start with Oscar first. What were your thoughts on about Ten Hag kind of being solidified as that number one option to be the manager?
Yeah, man. Good for you to have me here on the stream. First of all, Ten Hag is what can I say? Like he's the new kid on the block. You know what I mean? So for me, it's a better option. It's a better option than the other option that was laid out, which was Pochettino. I think they were the two front runners. So it's a no-brainer for me not to go with Ten Hag. To be quite honest with you, I think it's done. I think it's sealed. I think they're just trying to get it done as quick as possible because it's a big job ahead of the summer. So he's gonna have to be clearing out a lot of dead woods. Not only him, along with other key appointments, such as we'll get to it later on, such as like the director of football and stuff like that. So, in my opinion, Ten Hag will change the club in a certain way, but it depends on how much patience we're gonna have with him. You get me? So
mm,
we just have to wait and see. Like I'm really happy with the option. I think before Oli got sacked, I was predicting for Ralph to come in for the interim period or for the short term period. In the long term, we are Ten Hag. You know, get everything solidified, appoint some competent director of football to help along with the football decision, and we get the ball rolling as quick as possible. So that's really what I'm excited about. To be quite honest with you, there's nothing to look forward to with this season. Like literally nothing to look forward to. I know Arsenal lost recently, and that might give us a little glimpse of hope. But I can tell you for free right now, we're dead. So
We're losing to Everton on Saturday. It's already written in the stars.
yeah,
So
you can kind of see that happening. So the positive news right now is just Ten Hag, you know, being reported as almost completed. But you heard it from me. It's completed, sealed, done. You know what I mean? So
I've been the same way for like the last couple of weeks. I just said that they're gonna announce it like probably like at the end of the month or something once like the Eredivisie title race is kind of cleared up and
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. All this football politics nonsense that happens. I'll go over to
exactly.
Zidane. Zidane, you named about 75 managers that you wanted. United have finally picked one, which is Erik Ten Hag. So, what were your thoughts on the Ten Hag news?
Bro, mate, bad appointment, man. Bad appointment, bro. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Listen,
What?
this.
I was about to come for you real quick, man.
No,
Go
listen,
for it.
man. Yeah, but dude, I did want Ten Hag. There's only two options on the list, two front runners, Poch or Ten Hag. Um, I wanted Ten Hag out of all of them, and it looks like it's done now. I mean, sealed, stuff like that. You know, bro, he's a good coach. Like, I don't think no one can deny that he is a good manager. I mean, his philosophy. I like his philosophy, his way of playing. Um, but it's a difficult job, man, that he's coming into. Like for me, what I'm looking at this summer. So what we're gonna do in the summer? How many people are leaving? How many players we're buying? How much money we're gonna spend and upgrade the squad? You know what I mean? But dude, listen, man. What can I say, bro? We got Ten Hag. Just need to. I'm just looking forward to the summer, man. I'm waiting on the summer.
Yep. Mason, last but not least, what were your thoughts on Ten Hag?
I'm very happy with it, to be honest. Someone's echoing. Yeah, someone's echoing in the background.
I think you're good.
It's not me because I'm on mute.
Yeah. So I'll carry on. Yeah, I'm happy with Ten Hag, to be honest. Happy that he's appointed. I think, but it's like a 50-50 choice. I'm happy to have Ten Hag. Obviously, I know he's got good football. It's whether he gets backed in the summer, which we definitely need, because working with these players, it's like working with little kids. It's just horrible. And whether the backroom staff, scouts the best players, it's whether we get new coaches, a rebuild basically, But if he doesn't get rebuild and he doesn't get the backing he wants, we're going to be the same United, because these players, they want a good. They say they want a good coach, but some of these people don't even want Ten Hag, from what I've heard. So, and they're under Ralph right now, who is at least trying to play a system, and these people don't want to play a system. So it is whether he gets the backed or not. If he doesn't get backed, we might be in trouble. If we do get backed, I think Ten Hag will do a really good job.
My thoughts are, I mean, I've been wanting Ten Hag since probably, I'd say, October, once Ole was like kind of rumored to get sacked. I'm glad he got the job over Pochettino. Someone said on another stream yesterday, was like Poch was always gonna be the safe appointment because United have been wanting him for 5 years or something like that. All the legends have been backing him. Neville, Rooney, Nicky Butt, all them people have been backing him. All the pundits on Sky Sports said Pochettino with all this Prem experience hype that they keep spewing nonsense about. So all that kind of stuff was leaning towards Poch, but I'm glad that United. I think the fans played a part of it, because United do look at what the fans say on Twitter, because social media is such a big part of the United brand right now, because it's business first. So United, I'm sure the board kind of saw, or the social media person, I forgot his name, saw that the United fans were kind of leaning towards Ten Hag, and that they kind of Poch would have come in with a higher expectations in a way, because the United fans would have been on his back if he started struggling more as compared to Ten Hag, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's a good appointment, and like everyone's been saying, the summer is going to be important. Recruitment. I said it yesterday. You got the guy in. Now you got to start recruiting right away. Put your targets forward, what you want to do. I think United. Some people have said that Ten Hag's already kind of given a list, and that United have compiled the list as well, and they're going to discuss who it's going to be. We saw the first name already today, Calvin Phillips. That's the first name that came out already. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
There was a list from Calvin Phillips. Did Ten Hag put that list in? Or was it
Ten Hag didn't, but Ralph and the scouts put Calvin Phillips on the list.
Okay.
So yeah,
We'll get onto him in a minute.
I'm not really I don't know if you want to talk about it now, but for me, I'm not paying attention to like any transfer links until the manager actually gets here, because that's when you see. I think somebody's is echoing. I don't know who it is.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come back in. I'll come back in.
Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, like I don't think, if you're thinking of it in terms of like players that are coming in, you have to think of players that are also going out. So if we're being linked to Calvin Phillips, I'm hearing Conrad Lima. I'm hearing, obviously we know about Declan Rice already. I've heard one or two other names as well. So it's only normal that we get links with these players as things are evolving currently. Did you get me? So I don't think United are making decisions around players that are coming in yet. That's why I'm saying that it's important that Ten Hag, the minute that deal is finalized, the settlement with Ajax has been, I think, is coming to work straight away. I think the other key appointment is the director of football, just to help us clear all these dead wood. Do you understand? Like, I know a lot of them are on free, like the contract is expiring, and some of them we're going to have to just offload them. You know what I mean? I don't see the current people working there right now. I don't see them as competent enough to really work
Facts.
on the outgoing. So I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't pay too much attention on any links that we have. I even go as far as some of them are bullshit. Do you get me? I think we were
No, I
discussing
agree with that.
this
Yeah.
afternoon. So, like for me, the main priority United have right now is to assign a manager in Ten Hag. You know what I mean? Which we can agree it's almost done. Do you get me? And literally work on one key, one key figure who's going to help them clear the deadwood. I'm talking about the DOF or whatever title they give it, assistant to John Mortar, whatever it is. Do you get me? So I believe those two appointments is what will be bigger than any transfer for me. Do you get me? Because
Yeah.
it will kind of stop us from complaining about our owners in Glazers.
You
So
know,
Facts, bro. Facts. 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
go on. Go on, man.
I think there are some players that United are like actually looking at, like Declan Rice. You said Harry Kane. I think those kind of players, United, like whoever the manager is, they'll be looking at them because they're club targets. And United do have a couple players that,
mm,
no matter the manager is, they're looking at based on a commercial view or that they've been chasing them for like so many years. So I think one of the journalists said that like Ten Hag, when he was in the meeting, he discussed some players. I think most of it was like the Ajax players because they're his own players. So he's kind of discussing maybe he'll bring a couple people. So like what's his name? Timber, I think, the center back.
yeah,
I think that's one name.
but
yeah.
that goes back to my point. Sorry to cut you short. Like
Yeah,
who's briefing the people reporting this news to us? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
I think
so
agents.
okay, okay. So Ten Hag has a meeting with the board, Mortar, what's that guy's name? Richard Arnold, Darren Fletcher, all the football hierarchy, the people involved in all that kind of stuff. Then after the meeting, who briefs the
It's
press?
Neil Ashton, isn't it?
Do you
Is it
understand?
Peter? Okay.
So there is somebody doing that briefs all this stuff. So yeah, okay. That's where I kind of like, you know, I think we need a bit of filter because okay, he briefed them with this kind of news, but it's every news that comes out, like it's actually baffling how
Mm.
much rubbish comes out
Yeah,
in my opinion. So
I
I just
think
wanted to
there's
Because
like
the club ain't even confirmed it yet, even though, you know, to be fair,
yeah,
all we know is Ten Hag is probably, you know, is the new manager, you know. So I have that feeling we know, you know, a lot of people who knows Ten Hag will know a couple of players he probably wants from Ajax, but we can't confirm that right now, you know. So it is a lot of rubbish. I think the only one I probably know that they're going to go for, they're looking at is Declan Rice because they've been looking at him for a couple of seasons now, to be fair. So I think the Declan Rice and Harry Kane one were the ones that are pretty true, but the rest of them are like not true, really. I don't think it's just rumours.
No,
You know?
I think there's some players that they're just like I think centre back Ikanji. I think they're looking at him. I think they're trying to they're monitoring him. I think he's free in the summer, isn't he? Or he's got
yeah.
1 year left on
1 year
his
left.
contract. I think
You know
that's a
the key word you just used there is monitoring. So if they're monitoring Akanji, yeah, I'm sure they're monitoring other players. Like I'm sure they don't just have one center back on the list. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, so that's why it's a bit conflicting. Like, there's no decision has been making, but when these press
Oh yeah,
reports these things, they go on as if we're doing this. Do you understand? The fans
yeah,
kind of like they kind of like think we are actually doing this. So that's how people get disappointed. So I just wanted to kind of like understand that area a little bit more because you're in the journalist field, so you're gonna be entering that world soon, innit?
yeah. I mean, I think like United, they have. I mean, we have like so many scouts, and
Yeah,
like they bring so many players like scouting reports back to the club, and I think there's some kind of list ready. They haven't like started like inquiring on that list and going into look into players yet. I don't think that's gonna happen yet because they got to talk to Ten Hag. They got to see what he thinks. They're gonna talk to Ralph, see what he thinks. Arnold, Fletcher, all them people. So I think the list kind of won't be compiled fully until late April, early May. And
hmm
then once Ten Hag gets announced, I think that's when we're gonna start seeing a pickup in rumors for like transfers. For now, they're gonna be throwing some players out. I think the Phillips is kind of like that. I think United probably are monitoring him, seeing what happens with Leeds. Because if Leeds go down, then I can see that deal kind of getting progressed faster because his price is going to go down. So it's just kind of that kind of monitoring. But yeah, for now it's kind of monitor. I like to call United Monitor FC because we monitor probably 1 million players in the world.
Bro, do you understand that since Ralph has been in charge, there's been over like literally 60 to 70 players being reported us being linked to. Somebody came up with a stat yesterday. I was baffled. Do you get me? So I think you kind of noticed my tweet today. It's around just rubbish agendas and rubbish lies and propaganda, all that kind of shit. So I'm a bit.
I like to call like those kind of player links. I call it easy journalism because like I think anytime we're linked to a Leipzig player, I think that's easy journalism because we have Ralph Ragnick, so everyone's gonna think that like the Connor Lymon thing. I think that's easy journalism. I just think that's a player getting thrown into the mix
because of the association.
Yeah, if it's a player that like I've known United have been looking at for years, I'm like, okay, that's kind of there's some fire to it, but. Yeah, like in every rumor, there's some kind of like fire to it, but like it depends whether it's like a lot or it's just like a small rumor for it. Like Milinkovic-Savic, United have been linked in since I was in high school. It's been like 7 years now. To that guy every single year, man. The day he retires is gonna be a happy day, just so I don't have to hear Milinkovic-Savic to United for 70 mil.
I'm telling you, man.
Bro, you know what, dude? I think we're gonna get Calvin Phillips, man. I think the club want Calvin Phillips, dude. Based on I think Luckhurst came out and said. Man United won him, and then the club won Declan Rice, because he's a number one target, a club target, but his price tag is going to be an issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think they want I think they want a young English midfielder, and I think Calvin Phillips, 40 million. If he gets relegated, less. I think they'll go in for it.
25, because his contract is up next year as well. I think he's.
Yeah. I think he's on an extension actually.
He signed an extension, yeah? Okay.
So, yeah.
But I think recently it was actually linked to Aston Villa, if I'm not.
Aston Villa, West Ham.
Yeah, it was linked to Aston Villa and West Ham. So they were reporting that, his contract is not he's not in the best contract situation currently. So
bro, I don't want him.
I'll be honest with you, yeah. In this phase of our development, yeah, what we can't get wrong is players who are gonna be like Deadwood in the future. Do you get me?
I don't think like that though.
Wait, hear me out.
Yeah.
Calvin Phillips, yeah. If he doesn't hit the ground running, like I understand we're getting Ten Hag. He likes a certain style of football, and he plays Marcelo Bielsa's football, which is quite demanding, and you need kind of like an individual IQ to kind of play Marcelo Bielsa's system. So I understand it will suit the system, yeah. But if you look down the line, what we're actually trying to build, the overview of everything, Calvin Phillips is what, 26 this year? Or it might be just 26 already.
He's 27 this year, December.
27. So I'll put a question mark around that. Do you get me? I like him as a player. Actually, Zidane, for the current phase of our development right now, I think he could do a job. But I certainly don't think it's a long-term kind of target I would go for.
I don't want that guy, man. I've watched him a lot last season, bro. I'm telling you now, that guy's average, bro. I'm sorry.
Viewers, that's about it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry to say that.
Bro, I've seen this. I mean, this guy was basically a one-man midfield crew for Leeds because they have no other midfielders, and he just covers every single piece of ground on that pitch. And he can play alone. And he can play a lone six. There's not that many good players that could play a lone six in a Ten Hag system because Ten Hag, the position of his six, they need to be able to like break the lines, like really break the lines. And Phillips knows how to break a line. Obviously, like he's not my number one choice. Like I'd rather have Joao Palhinha because that's my number one choice, and it's a good price. But with Phillips, it's a price. If Leeds start asking for 50, 60 mil, you close that door. You say, yeah, absolutely not. For like 30, 40 mil, it's not a bad price.
You sure you want Paulinho? Because mobility,
he's a baller.
He's a baller. Don't get that twisted. But mobility-wise, yeah, is a suspect. Do you get me? Because think about it. We cried for like, Matic, a player like Matic. It's similar frame. Matic is maybe a bit more physical. Do you get me? He's probably in his prime right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, give it 1 or 2 years, bam, he's gone.
What do you mean? He's 25, dude.
It
It's
doesn't
not.
matter,
I think,
man. Like I just
nah,
don't.
he's not
I
the
don't.
fastest.
I don't see
He's an
him
anchor.
as
He's
the kind of player we should be going for. Honestly,
But he's an anchor though. He's a good defensive midfielder. It don't really matter about like the
I'm not just.
mobility.
It does. It does, bro. Look at Chelsea right now. Like
Look at
he ain't-
Neves. He ain't mobile at
but
all.
Neves
He's not
ain't
a
a
sitter,
DM.
though.
He's not a sitter. Do you get me? I'm not saying I want my sitter to be mobile. Do you get me? I
Yeah.
just
No,
your
you're trying to say,
midfielder needs to have some kind of mobility. Do you get me? Neves can cover ground as well.
It depends who's next to him. To be fair,
It's deceiving with Neves because you don't get close to him with the ball. Like his ball is gone. Like you think you're coming close to him, but he plays the ball so quick. So they're different type of player if you want to judge it that way. But it's not my preference. I'm just
no,
saying.
I know what you're trying to say. I think it's just like if Ten Hag can like, it depends like who's next to Paulinho. If you have like, you need to have like another midfielder next to him that will be able to cover a lot of ground. So like a Fred, for example, who will cover a lot of ground. Like if you have a really mobile midfielder, and with Ten Hag, one of the fullbacks will tuck in, so that's an extra midfielder. So like how City do it with like Cancelo and Walker, how they tuck in to help with Rodri, because Rodri's not mobile either. That guy's one of the slowest players you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Jorginho too, which this year is kind of getting exposed. But with like Rodri, you rarely see him get exposed. It's because you have the fullback tucking in to help provide the cover.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. If Ten Hag can, with Paulinho, obviously, if he's just going to be as a one midfielder and he's not going to have any help around him, then yeah, goodbye. I'd rather just have Calvin Phillips because I know Calvin Phillips can cover that whole pitch.
Yeah,
So,
and I hate to break it to you, Bruno will be part of that midfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So you kind of need to buy players to accommodate some kind of weakness in certain players that we already have that might not be sold. You get me? So Bruno is one of them. He ain't getting sold. So Bruno's weakness is evident for us to see. Like you need to accommodate some of that weakness. So we need to move a bit.
I do have a hot take for Bruno. I'm not 100% sure. I know he's going to start. I'm not 100% sure he'll start in the midfield. I still think that I might see him start off the right, kind of how he uses Steven Bergwijn at Ajax, and he'll have the right back keep the width, and then he'll have Bruno kind of like add in like tuck into that midfield to create a little overload there.
Was he not from PSV? No, Bergwijn.
Yeah, he transferred to. He was from I think Feyenoord, and then he transferred to Ajax last year. This season, actually. So like he's kind of similar to Bruno, which
of Tottenham.
Bergwijn. My bad.
Oh, I thought you meant like the one from Tottenham. I was like, PSV, not Feyenoord.
No, he's horrible.
He's trash. Am I going mad?
Yeah, I was hearing that too.
I meant Bergwijn from
Borgios or something like that.
Whatever his name is, Berg something.
He's a left
foot. Berg something. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So do you think Bruno will start the big game?
Yeah,
probably.
You know what? Yeah,
I mean, he's one of the key players on the team.
Go, Michael.
Because like allegedly, this is alleged. Romano said that Ten Hag was consulted in the Bruno extension.
Bullshit.
That Ten Hag gave he gave his like approval, sort of like that. Yeah, I want to use him in my system, and that you could extend him.
That's nonsense, bro. Sorry, bro.
But I also think the extension was Bruno deserved a pay rise. He did deserve a pay rise because he's been one of our best performers statistically.
Yeah, no doubt.
And if I'm his agent and I see Rashford on 250 bags a week, and I see Martial on 250 bags a week, and Bruno's on 110, obviously you're gonna try to get your client an extension, and you really can't say no to it. Yeah. So, and I still think he's a sellable asset because I think he's developed the persona that he's a good player across Europe.
Bro, your opinions are very different when you're live. You understand? Yeah, apart from Twitter, I swear down.
To be honest, I'm going to be honest. I'm just like a little bit pissed off with Bruno recently. I
don't like him. A
little bit. Yeah.
He's not my cup of tea. Like, he's not. But like, viewing it from a financial point of view, like from a footballing point of view, I wouldn't have extended him, but I get why United extended him.
Yeah, obviously
because 5 games from me. I'm giving him 5 games. But to
be fair, the reason why he's got the contract extension, Martial, I know you're going to say Martial that season also helped too, Zidane, but Bruno came into that team in January. We were like 14th place. We were dead in that CAN position. Bruno comes in, to be honest, him and Martial, I'm going to say Martial too, you know, carried that team till July. Was it July or August? Because it was obviously they had a pause in that season. But
Literally,
yeah,
the
and then the next season he scores over what is it, 15 goals? Or was it? I can't remember his stats, but I know he got over 15 goals. That's why he's got the contract. Now this season, I like Bruno. I've seen a little bit of him, but he's also pissed me off with his passing at times. And I'm going to be honest, when he does that fucking stupid pass, I'm just like, I just literally want to get.
Let me give you.
But he does deserve the contract, especially for what he's done in the last 2 seasons. You know,
I'll give you a different.
Whether you like him or not,
a different view of how I think Ten Hag might be going about it. I think he's going to try and be flexible. Like he's going to try different formations. You get me? That's why I think it's very important for him to come in as quickly as possible to work with the players while the club is still trying to offload the ones that want to leave or the ones that need to be offloaded. So I think like when you see the kind of players we're kind of linked to in Phillips, what's that guy's name? Jurion Timber. I kind of like him a lot actually. You get me? But if I was to say like where would Timber fit into that team, he's kind of like a flexible player. I think he can play DM, right back, centre back.
As long as you don't timber like Harry Maguire, then we'll be all right.
But I'm trying to think three-man defense. Do you get me? I know we haven't seen that with Ajax. Do you get me? But I think Ten Hag.
You know what?
Go on.
You know what he'll do? With like the Timber will play as a right back, and then he'll play the inverted right back role. So because he can't play center back, he's too tiny. He's too tiny to play center back in the Prem. He's 5'9". That's not gonna work.
He's not 10.
5'10".
Okay. So where would Dallo play?
So where will who?
Dallo.
On the bench.
Right?
On the bench.
No, Timber replaced Maguire, mate.
Yo, Maguire's not getting replaced right away.
Yeah, but
Maguire's not getting replaced. Whether we want that potato head out.
Exactly. Wait, why not? Why can't Maguire get replaced? I don't get it. Why is he so special? Ten Hag comes in. Apparently, he's got full control over who starts and who plays. Why can't he?
Ten Hag will play the favorites in the beginning to kind of because he'll play his best. Every new manager plays the best players, like the most popular players in the club first, to kind of see what's gonna go on. And if he sees Maguire is not his system, that's when you dash him. But you can't put him on the bench right away. You got to see what each player is gonna do and stuff like that. Because you know, we don't rate Maguire, but you never know. Ten Hag might like him. You don't know what Ten Hag's gonna like.
I hope not. I'm saying.
Oh, I hope not either.
But Ten Hag might fit the defensive structure, and Maguire might look better in a better defensive structure. Because Maguire's not good, but he's not helped by United's defensive structure because we're all over the place and no center back.
Yeah. He's not. Don't get it twisted. He's not. His weakness is easily exposed because of that. That midfield, we don't really have like a base. Do you get me? Like somebody who sits.
We haven't
core
got really a base on the left back too.
But we don't. Our team looks like a shamble because there isn't a style of play. There isn't a structure. Even Ragnick hasn't managed to establish that. Do you get me?
No.
I know Ragnick has to work with like a lot of rubbish players who aren't like up to standard. I think Michael said this in the past. Tactically, they're inept. Do you get me? They don't understand how to adapt tactically to stuff. So that's gonna be Ten Hag's struggle in the first few, I don't know, weeks, months, whatever time it takes.
Okay, I get you, man. I want to ask you a question quickly. This is to all of you guys anyway. Do you think Man United are going to get rid of the Deadwood in the summer? Do you think we're going to move efficiently in the summer?
Okay, you listed the Deadwood.
Hey?
And I
list some players and
I'll
list some players. We'll tell you if they leave.
Yeah. Okay.
One. It's going to take like 20 minutes.
Rashford.
No.
You don't think Rashford will go?
But do you really think he's according? Okay, view from the club perspective. You think he's a Deadwood?
No. From the club's perspective, no.
Okay, so leave that aside.
He's not going.
You get me? That's the post.
Big shot.
He's not going.
No. He ain't going.
Maguire.
He's gonna get a new contract.
Wan-Bissaka.
He might leave.
He might leave. They might loan him out. And then
if we get a right back, we bring a right back in, he'll leave. like a Timber. If we bring Timber in, Wan-Bissaka is leaving.
But I think
Bro,
they'll work on a loan deal and then loan to sell kind of thing. Because
Dean Henderson's one of them.
Yeah, I think
Dean
Dean
Henderson
Henderson.
will go.
Actually, I think
Matter.
I'm
I
not so
think
sure
Ten Hag
about
could use Dean Henderson. I think Ten Hag.
I'm not because that
No,
I'm praying Ten Hag will not like De Gea. What the big question about what
he won't
what
like Henderson.
Ten Hag has? The big question of whether he knows Ten Hag has power. If he's able to bench De Gea, that's how you know Ten Hag has power in the club because De Gea is like the legend at the club right now. He's been here for a decade plus now. He's the I think he's the second highest trainer.
Do you think he'll use Dean Henderson though?
I think he'll prefer him.
If Ten Hag
not sure
keeps Dean Henderson, yeah, I think Ole deserves some kind of credit.
What?
For what?
See, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, yeah, was the first man to really keep Dean Henderson. Do you understand? He tried to play Dean Henderson. Even in the first in his first tenure, he actually tried to play Dean Henderson. Do you get me? But I think maybe he lacked the communication skills to make Dean Henderson happy, and he probably lacked the authority to establish that this is my goalkeeper I'm going with. But I think he saw the weakness in David De Gea. You get me? But he actually only didn't have a type of football he wanted to play. But I just think he saw that goalkeeping weakness, and he probably thought Dean Henderson going forward would be that number one. But,
he was probably listening to the media too, because I think a lot of hype was going on about Dean Henderson too. And I think De Gea went to Spain, so he gave Henderson those run of games, and obviously,
I think I mean what I remember,
he wasn't confident. He wasn't confident enough,
From what I remember, Henderson was supposed to be the starter this year, and then he got COVID, and that's what kind of gave De Gea the in back to the. And then De Gea played good at the beginning of the
season. That's what happened.
He had a good start,
and then from then on, the fact that he had a good start and that he has the seniority kind of allowed him to just.
But guys, let me ask you something. Because the names that I mentioned, right? They won't leave. How is that a rebuild then? Because they're kind of culpable. They've been here for years, man. Like
yeah, but you're not listing some other players like Bay.
No. Pogba, Bailly, I think. Yeah. Lingard's leaving.
Pogba, Masha. You get me? Cavani.
Sure.
That's 6 I've already listed for you, and I haven't got Jones. Do you understand? 7.
Is Jones gonna leave? I don't think Jones
gonna leave. Yeah,
bro, that's 7. 7 players who didn't even get onto the pitch in like literally this second half of the season. I'm pretty sure a lot of them don't even make up to like 20 appearances altogether. So like when you're getting into like exactly that for me that's the core Deadwood, and then you're getting into like the established players and the players who get into the first 18 in like Bruno, Rashford that we don't like, that we don't rate. Rashford, Dalot, all them type of players. So, I don't rate Dalot. I don't rate Telles, fam. They're washed.
I don't really rate Telles.
He's number 1 on my exit list. Is Alex Telles. Now he needs to leave the summer. I want him gone.
Yeah, he needs to go.
He's the worst player in that squad. He's the worst player in the squad.
Luke Shaw needs to go before him.
Listen, if Ten Hag thinks Bruno ain't good enough, Bruno ain't good enough. Do you understand? I mean, Ten Hag. I'm not being sentimental. I'm not holding any players. Like, you understand? I don't need the players don't owe me anything. I don't need to hold on to them for nothing. Do you get me?
Facts, exactly.
For me, if he deems Rashford not good enough, then he's not good enough. Like if he wants to get rid of him, he wants to get rid of him. Do you get me? So
he has to have power, man. He has to have power. For me, if he doesn't have full control on dropping players, and he has to be backed in the summer as well. For me, that's a key thing. Like removing the Deadwood. But Oscar, you touched on it earlier. Like, are these people competent enough to remove the Deadwood efficiently? We speak about. Look at Matt Judge. He's director of football negotiations. I mean, how long are we going to take on these deals?
He's the worst negotiator in the world, by the way. This
he's terrible, dude.
I don't know how he's going to talent or something. He's horrible with numbers.
He's horrible. So how are we going to get rid of the Deadwood and sign players efficiently? We're already talking about Rice.
Most of them are free agents, so most of them are leaving on as for free. Like
Phil
Jones has 1 year left on his contract, so you just saw him for like $5 million is what it is. At this point, you just take whatever any club offers for those players. You just take it and then you just sell them. You don't.
Yeah,
We're rich. We don't have to worry about
make a loss on them.
But signing players as well. To be fair.
All right, so
It's,
so the budget's 150 mil, right? That's what United's budget is typically because we never go.
I
above
think
150.
I think there was 150 like cash put down,
Net-
and
yeah.
then maybe from
Sales.
sales, yeah, we add to that. Do you understand? So
I think it'll get pushed to 200. I think 200s were. I think 200 is the max. So okay, so you can buy five players with that, roughly 4 to 5 players, which is what United are probably going to do this summer. So you're going to lose about 8 minimum, and we'll see what after that. And you bring in 5. You got a couple people coming back from loan. You got a couple academy players. I know Zidane's going to hate this, but there's going to be a couple of academy players that get promoted.
Facts. I can see
James Garner's getting.
He's
Garner's going to be part of that 23-man squad next year.
definitely,
not good.
definitely.
Hannibal's going to be part of that 23-man squad next year. One of
Definitely.
Ahmad or Paleski is going to be part of that 23-man squad next year.
Both
gonna
of
happen.
them. I don't think both of them will. I honestly
I
don't.
think one of them. That's why I said either him
I think it'll be Diallo and then Palestrina.
Yeah, it's probably be Ahmad. So and then the other one's going to be going on loan.
Ahmad probably needs to go on some kind of like, I don't know, some body machine revamp.
That's what Ten Hag. That's what
machine.
Ten Hag. There's what I want him to bring the fitnessing coaches from Ajax, conditioning coaches. That's the most important thing.
Did you see that guy, Anthony? Have you seen his neck, bro?
Yeah, bro. The conditioning, that's important. That's our players don't have good conditioning. They're horrible at conditioning. LVG was good at that. He brought in good conditioning coaches. You saw what happened with Luke Shaw. He was the best at Luke Shaw in terms of conditioning. He made Luke Shaw look like fit.
Lean. Yeah.
Bro,
Lean and fit.
Luke Shaw took off his shirt for England. I was like, what the fuck is this?
When recently?
Yeah, man. I was like, is this
Overweight,
a footballer?
dude. He's been overweight for
He can't
years.
how is he a footballer, bro? Literally, like, no, you can't get stamina. You know they're saying about heavier players, like easily your reaction, your turning, and all that kind of stuff. Your agility is not there. You get me? And that's top 2 in football skills that you need, like literally. You know,
That's why everyone talks about like conditioning. Like conditioning is the most important thing that needs to bring, and I hope he brings the guys from Ajax. That'd be important. 'Cause I look at all the Ajax players. Daley Blind's still doing stuff, and this guy had a heart surgery like a year ago or something like that, and he's still running around. So that's important. What do you guys thoughts on about the number 2s, like the assistant coaches? It's been rumored that it's gonna be a former United, someone associated with United. Whether it's gonna be, I think Robert Van Persie.
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean,
Steve McLaren.
I'm gonna be leaving soon, yeah. Fuck Steve McLaren, bro. I need 2 alpha males, and I'm gonna name them for you. Yapstam, getting back from America, you know what I mean? Whatever coach, I think he coached like Monterey in Canada or something.
Montreal.
Yeah.
Montreal, yeah. Bring him back to the club, and Robin Van Persie, bro. Do you understand? Those 2 Dutch assholes will not take. Yeah, bro.
No, I love Dutch people. Dutch people are the best thing ever. They'll say how it is.
Robin Van Persie talks out the legend, talks the truth, and the truth.
Listen, if you get Yapstam to deal with fucking Harry Maguire and his fucking soft captain, man, literally, if he was bent before, he'd be straightened. I'm telling you, fam.
Oscar, you know what we should do? We need to bring Van der Vaart. That's what we need to do, mate.
Him and Maguire fighting on the training pitch.
He's a Tottenham legend, bro. He told Maguire he's rubbish, fam.
I love that happen, man.
I saw Yapstam doing slide tackles in that 20-year reunion match from the Man United treble match like 2 years ago.
He's hench, bro.
Yeah.
You see him? Even his bald head has muscles, fam.
Him and Ten Hag to be the Bald brothers together on the touchline. We'll have some Baldies up there.
Bald brothers. That's what you call
Is Rene good, man? This Rene guy, is he very good?
Yeah, I think he was big in Ronaldo's development when he was younger.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Rene was given credit for Ronaldo's like rapid rise, literally.
Yeah.
And he helped him technically to develop himself. You know what I mean? So, guys, I'm sorry, I gotta bounce. Yeah.
No.
I'll talk to you
No
later.
worries, man.
Good chatting to you.
Take care, man.
Yeah, bro. The thing with Rene is I don't want to be associated with anyone from the Fergie era anymore. I want to move on from Fergie. So I know Van Persie's part of the Fergie era, but like he was there for like 1 year of Fergie. so it's not that bad.
Oh, now you said Fergie. I do not want Fergie getting fucking involved with this rebuild. I don't want no McTominays. I don't want no Fletchers on the bloody pitch. I don't want any, Man United, whatever. Gary Neville as probably the official commentator for all the Man United matches and all that. I don't want none of it. I don't want him.
That doesn't have anything to do with Fergie.
I don't know, but I don't care. I don't want Fergie getting with it because obviously, this guy is going to ruin it.
Fergie was back in Posh, so United already didn't listen to him from that perspective.
Exactly.
So
that's good.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know who it'll be. I don't know the assistant. I hope Ten Hag brings. I want Van Persie because that's one of the best strikers technically.
I wouldn't mind Van Persie, man. I wouldn't. As a pundit, he speaks the truth. The Dutch people, they're very outgoing. They'll just say as it is. That's for me. If it's Rene or Van Persie, Yapstan, I wouldn't mind it. I kind of don't really want no more ex-players coming back here. You know what I mean? Kind of getting that vibe from Ole. I think. Do we have to bring an ex-player here? Or
I think they want it because it'll help with Ten Hag's adjustment period. He'll be more comfortable in a way. I mean, with Van Persie's United urban legend in a way because he was only with us for 3 years and only one of them was the Fergie era. So I don't mind him.
He had one season.
And he's one of the people that actually went at United in punditry. He'll speak the truth about United. He won't cover it up. So that's why I kind of like him. About Yap Sam, I don't know that much about him. He was before my time. I just know that Fergie hated him and that they had a falling out because Yap Sam was doing allegedly PEDs and stuff like that. But I don't know about and I don't know this much about the Steve McLaren guy. I don't know that much about him.
I don't know.
He worked with Ten Hag at, was it?
Twente, yeah. FC Twente.
Yeah, that team.
Okay, so
it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting to see because he needs to bring his whole team in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But what I said earlier, I want the fitness coaches in because this team needs a fitness reconditioning from Rashford to Bruno to Luke Shaw, especially Harry Maguire.
Luke Shaw.
Wan-Bissaka.
Maguire. Is Maguire ever injured anywhere? I don't.
No, just
I don't know about Maguire.
Maybe he can improve Maguire's agility.
I think the injury, Rashford, Shaw. I'm trying to think who will still be in this club. Who's injury prone? I think that's about it because Cavani's going, so thank God we ain't going to part with his jelly legs anymore. I feel bad for the fitness if they had Cavani every 10 days. Cavani's in the fitness boom. Oh, he's injured again. But they wouldn't deal with him.
That's why you hear Ralph talking about physical players because he wants players that are already well conditioned.
Yeah. That's what I think. I miss kind of quoted that because when he said that, I was like, "What does he mean? What does he mean by that?" You know what I mean? But I think he wants fit, progressive players. Especially his philosophy revolves kind of around you know what I mean, the pressing.
Bro,
yeah, exactly.
They have 7 lungs. Look at the Bayern team, the treble-winning team that just won 2 years ago. Kimmich,
constantly running, pressing.
Yeah,
Liverpool do it as well.
I didn't like how he said that we had enough technical players because we don't have enough technical players, so he's waffling about that. But I think that's him trying to be nice. I hope. He's probably capping.
Exactly.
He's probably capping. He can't say that you're He can say that you're physically shit because but he can't really say that you're technically shit because that's criticizing you as a footballer.
100%, man. 100%. For me, dude, I think you said it spot on. And I think Nuruddin. Do you know Nuruddin? Nuruddin and Saeed. Nuruddin was saying in the space today. Yeah, he was saying in the space today. The biggest part that we need to address is the fitness and conditioning. And you said it here. So, cause man, these players, bro, their fitness is shocking, bro. They get tired quick.
You see at the Leicester game, bro. We didn't press till the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's awful. It needs to be sorted out, man. Because even in the Palace game, Ralph's first game, they only pressed for 30 minutes and then bang, dropped off, and then we never saw it back again. So
Hasenhuttl said it too after the Southampton game. He's like, "Well, we knew they'll push for 30 minutes, and after that, we know that they won't be able to last." And you see with the big matches like the Chelsea Liverpools, you see the intensity that they play at for 90 minutes. We can't play at that intensity. We tried to do it against City. We just tried it against City. We did it decently in the first half. We matched them pretty much, and they scored 2 lucky goals. And the second half, our players didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, 100%, bro. So
you need players that the only player that I know that can run for 90 minutes right now certainly is Fred. He's the only one that I know that will press for 90 minutes.
And that's probably why he's doing really well with that.
Yeah, McTominay, but he doesn't even know how to run
He's
properly.
shit. Run fucking headless chicken he is. Fred, I think what we've seen with Fred is he actually.
I said it with Fred.
Now, to be honest.
I wrote in my Ragnick article just to cheap plug. Like I said that he'll be the biggest improvement under Ragnick because Fred is just a workhorse. He won't stop running, no matter what, and that's kind of his problem sometimes because he'll leave his position to try to press. And that's the thing with Ten Hag. Ten Hag will improve the intelligence of a player. Like he'll make the game simpler. That's what the best coaches do. They make the game simple for you. Especially in the modern day, because now it's everything about systems. It's not the 2000s anymore where individual brilliance will get you through. It's systems now. The task of the manager is to make sure that he gets the best out of his players, and that he'll simplify the game where they don't have to make the mistakes. Like the manager is just like it's like he has a mic in their ear already, even though they don't have one. It's kind of like it's like drilled into them. That's why with Pep, you see, with Pep, it'll take a year or two for him to drill his system to the player. Cancelo, he's one of the best fullbacks in the world now, but it took him a year. We had Mahrez. Grealish. Now you're seeing with Grealish a little more progression. You're seeing that Pep's like philosophy is getting into his head. That's the thing with Ten Hag. That's why I said Ten Hag will struggle at first. You're gonna see a bunch of 0-0 games to start off, kind of similar to LVG era. You're gonna see games that it's gonna be frustrating, but we can't cheat the system this time. We gotta let the process work out for the first year. Obviously, second year you can't be having those no-nos like LVG had. You gotta like actually start getting results. Like it's gonna happen, but the first year, top 4 is a priority, of course, because you want to get back into Champions League football.
Trophy as well. Don't forget we discussed this, Mike. Trophy as well.
I would.
If we're in Europa League,
with Europa League, I gotta see who gets dropped down into the competition. Like, because if Barcelona gets dropped in again, I'm not gonna expect to win Europa League over Barcelona. If you get what I'm saying, but like I expect semifinals minimum. But I also get what you want with the trophy because winning a trophy is important to kind of
mentality.
Get that mentality, yeah. Like so, I kind of get what you're saying. I would like they kind of do need to win. I think like I kind of get so a League Cup would be nice. Like I would like him to win the League Cup next year.
Yeah, listen. If anyone thinks we're gonna win a title next year, so they must be out there. Mind.
So a cup would be nice.
Yeah, a trophy. A trophy is good. Like I'm saying, a trophy is so important for like the mentality of the players. So like when they win,
once you win that first one.
Yeah, exactly. You instantly go
with Liverpool now. You see with Liverpool
now.
One's fine.
You see with Liverpool now. Yeah, my bad.
I was going to say the
Go ahead. My bad.
Oh, sorry, my bad. The Carabao Cup's in like the end of February. You know, so once you win that. I think we're going to say the same thing. But when you win the Carabao Cup in the end of February, you still got 2 months and 3 months in the Premier League. And if you're in that title race like Liverpool are, you get more mentality and all that. So, you know, if we win that Carabao Cup, we have that mentality to get top 4. That'd be great. You know, fuck the FA Cup.
Yeah. The only bad thing is next year is weird because we have the World Cup. So I don't know how matches are going to work. The schedule next year is very weird. I know preseason's already cut short. It's the shortest preseason they're going to have. I think it's like a month. I think it's 3 weeks long because the season starts early, like right away from August. So I don't know how much time Ten Hag's going to have to be able to – like that's why the beginning is going to be a struggle because I don't know how long Ten Hag's going to have to get them in. And I heard like I think Ten Hag's going to want players in as early as possible in the transfer window because you see what Pep at City.
Pep always loves for preseason.
Grealish. Because he was so expensive, Pep has his players ready before preseason, like Zidane said. I think I remember like the Benjamin Mendy and Bernardo Silva were announced 2 hours after the season ended. Like it was that quick.
Exactly.
So like Ten Hag's gonna want. We need Ten Hag to have as much time as possible with these players because they need such a reprogramming. That's why I kind of said I don't want Europe at all, or I want.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well. I don't want Europe.
Conference League might be good because then he'll just send the kids there. For like the group stages, because they'll get past the group stages. Like the backups can do the group stage type of stuff, while he works with the main players and he'll drill them ready for the Premier League.
Bro, you know what, dude? Like as much as Ten Hag coming in and stuff like that, bro. As I said before at the start of the stream, man, it's like, bro, I can't get carried away with this, man. As much as I want.
It's a summer. What's gonna happen in the summer? That will decide everything.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like for me, I need bro. I want Neves, bro. I want Neves. We need some good technical passes. You know what I mean? Because Fred McTominay and then Pogba's. I think Matic will stay, and then we got Fred McTominay. You know what I mean? So we need more. We need more midfielders, man.
I don't know
Yeah.
about Matic. I don't know about him, to be honest. Like, if he can't get in the team now, like when Fred McTominay ahead of him when Matic has actually been the better CDM, then if Ten Hag brings a new midfielder in, he might not play third fiddle or backup fiddle.
Bro,
No,
Mason, you know
he'll
what the
probably
funny
think,
thing is? I mean, dude, I'm hearing, oh, Man United are going to sign one midfielder in the summer, dude. I'm like, if they
Okay.
do that,
we need
that
a
would be a
few more
disgrace,
midfielders.
dude.
I think it'll be
We need,
two.
we need,
We've
we
got
need.
Pogba,
But for me,
Lingard.
listen,
We've got
for me, we
Pogba,
need three.
Lingard, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need three. We need three midfielders, but realistically, they said, oh, they're going to sign one. Yeah, and then they're going to bring James Garner. So it'll be Bruno, James Garner, Fred McTominay,
They should
and
bring Hannibal.
And the beak.
Hannibal should.
Hannibal.
bro, I
Hannibal
don't like
should.
that, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
should.
buying this. I'm not
Why
buying
don't you?
this.
You don't like
maybe
Hannibal?
You
What's
know?
going on? What's happening?
What, you say you don't like
I
Hannibal?
thought you said you don't like Hannibal.
I thought you said that, Mason.
No, I said
No, I
he
didn't.
bring
No, I
James
said I'm
Garner.
not buying
No,
it. I said I'm
if we
not
get
buying
one
into the
midfielder.
youth project.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
buying into the
Oh.
youth project.
Oh,
Oh my
we don't
gosh.
even know what he's like in the main team yet. So I was like, oh god. I think we should. If Garner, yeah, but I don't know if it's a bit too late for Garner to get in now.
I don't think so. I mean,
don't-
better
I
than
think he'll
McTominay,
come in.
which
I
isn't
think
hard.
they'll bring him in.
Yeah, he's only 22, I think, so he's still
he's
young.
not doing bad. I've heard he's doing good
Nah,
this
he's doing
season
really
for.
good. The thing with him, the thing what got me about him was that he was good against Liverpool and Leicester City. Like, I don't care what obviously what he does in the championship is decent, but like he was good against Premier League opposition, and that's the standard that he's gonna have to play for us. So that was what like impressed me. With Hannibal, yeah, he hasn't played against so big guys yet. Like he's played international football, senior football, but like that's different from
Yeah.
Premier League. So with Hannibal, we still got to see. I expect him to transition well, but with Garner, I've seen him play. That's why I want United to stop loaning players to other leagues. Just loan them to the championship so they could get adjusted to the English
Do
game.
it to Elanga next season.
He might get loaned. I'm not gonna lie. I don't
I'll
think Ten
sell
Hag.
him. Man.
I think not being. I wouldn't sell him.
I
No
think he
way.
gets loaned
You
out.
know, it's just because he's gone straight in the team. And let's be real here. He's scored a couple goals, but let's be real here. He's not ready. He's not confident on the ball or nothing. He's just like he's not.
He's average, dude. He's average.
He's average. He's not like, but personally, look, fair enough.
Yeah.
It is, it's not easy for him. He has just been, put into a main team that are struggling, are fighting for top four. He's had to play a championship game, so it is the pressure on him. So I think if he goes to the championship, maybe have some games in there, he'll play some cup games too. Maybe the pressure might come off him a little bit, but right now, if you're putting a young kid like him in the starting lineup, where we're fighting top four, he was playing in the Champions League round 16 against Atletico Madrid, who are the La Liga Championship. So he shouldn't be starting.
The
but
only reason he started is because Rashford wanted to have wants to be
Exactly.
the worst player of all time right now, and redacted is redacted. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think Ten Hag's gonna like Elang. I think Elang is a Ragnick type of player because he'll stretch the pitch, he runs fast, he'll press, he'll track back. That's the kind of players that Rafa likes because he is Elang is a Bundesliga type of player, like that type of winger that just stretch the pitch. Ten Hag is more vocal about like he wants his wingers to have final like really high IQ in the final third, and that's where
Yeah,
the Ahmad's come in. Ahmad's gonna fit Ahmad's gonna fit Ten Hag's system better in my opinion because he's like the one touch, the link up play, the final IQ pass.
Diallo, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those type of wingers, those are Ten Hag type of wingers based on what I've seen from Ajax, like the David Neres, the Antonios, the Ziyechs, who I think Ahmad's a similar kind of player to Ziyech. I think like they're really good. Like they're a lot better on the ball than like instead of like they're not fast. Like Ahmad's fast, but like I think he's faster with the ball, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously he needs
Yeah,
to
man.
strengthen up because he's weak. He is not the strongest player. So that's where a conditioning coach works to get like their muscles up and stuff like that. So yeah, but we'll see. The winger situation is tough. I'm not. I want a right winger, but like I think priority is midfield and striker. Like I want those priorities. I want them like sorted because
I
I think
disagree. I
I feel like
disagree,
the
Michael.
midfield and striker is like more important because you need a focal point up top.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
Like
I think with
Ronaldo's
Sancho,
gonna be here next year most likely. I think.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
I
so.
assume.
don't know.
I'm gonna
I
assume.
don't
I
know
think.
about Ronaldo.
Dude,
I
I
don't.
already said. Go on, mate. Go on.
I don't think his wages are so high, and I think that he doesn't want. He's gonna look back at his time at United coming back, and he's gonna get mad about what happened and that he didn't kind of
Yeah,
fulfill his role. And
yeah.
he's that type of person that wants to like he'll try his next year. Like if he wins a Carabao Cup next year or something like that, he'll be fine with what he did at United because he brought a trophy back. Like he'll be happy with that. In a way,
Because
I
I've
think the
always said
fact.
the same thing what he did with Juventus,
But
didn't
you
he?
know my
Their best new
problem.
season.
Go ahead.
For me, I think the winger option. I mean, who we got? We just got Sancho, dude. Like apart from Sancho as a winger option, no one else
You
is.
mean good wingers? Okay, yeah. You mean in terms of
Yeah,
good wingers?
that's what I'm saying. For me, we need a
Yeah. Okay.
right winger, or we need a good winger, direct winger who can beat a man. You know what I mean? Intelligent as well. So for me, especially with Sancho as well, it's always important for Sancho. He needs someone to like interchange with, like link up as well. You know what I mean? So for me, I think we're linked with Danjuma today. I mean, you saw it, Michael, as well. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
we
mind
already.
him, dude.
Oh, I'll
And
take him. He's cold.
yeah, he's
He's
good. He's
cold.
good player. Good player. You know,
It's just
Anthony
a
as
fit.
well.
It's just a fit. Well,
Anthony's.
Anthony,
I'll say
his
Anthony.
his,
Anthony,
pri-
I've heard his prices.
his prices got quoted at 70 mil. You know, that's
That's
crazy
No,
price for him.
that's
Ajax
crazy.
need the money. Ajax need the money. To be fair, you know the
I don't
rebuild.
know how
They're
true
gonna.
that is. I don't know how true that is because it came from Sky Sports, so I'm not gonna believe it
I don't believe
100%.
that. I don't. I
Yeah,
think
I
it'd
don't
be
believe
50
that.
million. I
I
don't
don't
because
like
Ajax need to rebuild. You know.
Ajax haven't. The only player Ajax have sold for that much money is De Ligt and De Jong, and we're talking about and those two players were like courted by Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Those type. So that's a lot of money. So
Frankie de Jong's a baller.
but yeah, obviously, Xavi, Xavi ruined it, man. The Young was gonna come to United. It was gonna happen, and then Xavi fixed them up. God damn it, man.
Yeah, I know.
That would have been the
Hey,
dream. But
But yeah, man, listen, man. You guys,
yeah, I gotta see.
big
Yeah,
up, man.
but
I gotta
wrap
go,
it up.
yeah. Gotta go,
I'm gonna
man.
wrap
But big up.
it. So,
Good
yeah,
show, man.
yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
but yeah, was that true? Yeah, if Frankie was going to come to us in January.
Well, not in January, but I think with the fact I think that United kind of knew like Ten Hag was kind of gonna be the favorite from January. They kind of already had the inkling, and De Jong was struggling at
No.
Barca. So I think in the summer a move could have been worked out.
Because I think he would be a good replacement for Pogba because Pogba's leaving, isn't he?
He would. Frankie De Jong in that. Oh my god, be a
Frankie
dream
de
come true.
Jong and then a CDM and then. But
He's
there
not a
was a lot.
DM.
I think a lot
he's
of
not a
people say
DM though.
striker, right? Is he not? No, but we need a DM basically. We need a DM and obviously a replacement for Pogba. But I think looking into the summer, we do need a lot of positions. But I think a lot of people are forgetting we need a new left back. I'm sorry, I don't think we can have the Luke Shaw and Tellers. You know, Tellers, his defense ability has been shocking. He's had his moments where he's attacked, but like when you've got Rashford and Alanga, when you're not, you know, when you're not going forward enough, and it's the same with Delort. But I've seen Delort better this season than Tellers. But what I've seen from Tellers is, you know, originally he was supposed to be the backup for Shaw. Shaw's got injured quite a couple of times or ill, and Tellers has come in and he's fan average. You know, this guy was supposed to be hyped as the good left back, and then you got Luke Shaw, lazy. So
I think we're like thinking this from a tactical because that's what I usually do with the tactical news and all that type of stuff. With Luke Shaw, based on what I've read from a couple threads and stuff like that, shout out to the people on Twitter, my boy Charlie. The Luke Shaw, I think Ten Hag will like him. I don't know if he'll like him. I mean, it depends on Luke Shaw. The thing with Luke Shaw is this is the thing with him. It's not his ability that's a question because I think he has ability. I mean, he should. I mean, he definitely has ability. He was the highest paid left. He's the highest paid left back in the world. I mean, you gotta have ability to get paid that much. Obviously, you have to like something. It's his commitment to the game. That's my issue. And I think if Ten Hag can fix that out of him like LVG did, then we have a good left back. And then he'll be
he was good under LVG before the injury. So
because under Ten Hag won't ask him to bomb up and down. That'll be the right back's job. With Luke Shaw, it'll be the job. His job would be to tuck in and kind of be like that left center back, unless Timber gets signed. It'll be one of the two. One of the fullbacks will bomb up, and the other one will tuck in. So we'll see what happens. So I don't think Luke Shaw leaves this summer. Alex Tay should leave this summer. I want this guy to my club. I don't like him. He's trash. But yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the show. Thank you to anyone that tuned in. Mason, do you have anything that you want to plug since you're the last one here? Or you dipped? Oh well, it's okay. But yeah, thank you anyone that tuned in. Socials. Like and subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter right there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace, guys.